Chairman, thank you for welcoming us into your home again. I was beginning to think I was never going to get to Abu Dhabi again, so thanks for the invite.
You're always welcome.
Before we go into the excitement of what's going to happen this summer, and I'm pretty sure we all think it's going to be very exciting, can we just have a look back at the last couple of seasons? It's fair to say it's been a mixed bag, especially last season and a little bit of the one before. What will Manuel's legacy be?
Well, let's be objective first. Over 3 years, we won our second Premier League title in the history of the club. We've won 2 League Cups under Manuel. We've gone to the semi-finals of the Champions League for the first time. We've scored, I think, an incredible amount of goals. At one point, I think in our first season, we scored 151 goals in total, which was a club record, I think a league record. So there's a lot of achievements that have been made in those 3 years that I think we all have to recognize Manuel and the team around him. And we should thank them and be grateful for these achievements. At the same time, I think we also can't hide the disappointment, particularly this year. We've had, I think all of us came with high expectations for this season. And I think at the end of the day, I cannot hide the disappointment of myself, obviously Sheikh Mansour, I know the fans of the club, and I'm sure the entire team.
I mean, there's some glowing statistics there. On the other side of the coin, it would be fair to say there was an underperformance in the Premier League, 10 defeats. Couldn't beat any of the relegated sides away from home, or any of the top 5 home or away. That's kind of not in the grand plan.
Oh no, it's extremely disappointing. I think, again, you'll see me always jumping between being objective and obviously the emotional part, which we all have. We won the League Cup. We went all the way to the semi-finals in the Champions League, and it took us, unfortunately, to the last game of the season to achieve what I would categorize as the bare minimum acceptable. So, mixed bags. It's quite disappointing. I think our performances, particularly in the Premier League, have been inconsistent. I felt this year we just weren't ourselves. A lot of things weren't just clicking. Our home performances have been the worst in many years. I've normally, and we're used to it now, we're solid at home. We are tough to beat at home, and we don't lose too many games at home. And then particularly against the top 5, top 8 now with the quality that the Premier League is becoming, our record also was quite poor. I think this year we slightly went off track.
What were your highlights, individual highlights of players this season?
Well, you have the consistency of Joe Hart and Aguero, both competing respectively, Golden Glove and then Golden Boot, and both really going all the way to the last game of the season, very close on both respective levels. So both, I think, were standouts. No doubt, Kevin De Bruyne has been a revelation. We've invested a lot in bringing Kevin to the club, and he's proven that he's worth every penny. He is an incredible talent. He's shown it this year, and when he's been on the pitch, we've been a different team. There's been other players. Sanya, I would say Sanya this year, a lot of people were doubting him last season. He came in this season, I think played some very consistent football. He was a consistent defensive block for us. Fernandinho has had a wonderful season. I would say he's another standout performer for the team. These are just some of the players that really, I think, distinguished themselves this year.
And one outstanding performance in half an hour, Willy Caballero in the League Cup final.
Well, this one I give it to Willy for sure. He did the hard work, but also to Manuel. I remember very well the days before that game and the pressure on not playing Willie. But Manuel stuck to his principles, stuck to the commitment he made to Willie and the team, and it worked out extremely well. Willie did an incredible performance, and he won us the cup.
So we won the League Cup at Wembley on penalties and reached the Champions League semi-final, which is an achievement. Or we'll come to whether it's an achievement in a minute, I think. But we also went out the FA Cup in spectacular style at Chelsea. Was there any pressure on the manager to focus on the Champions League at the cost of the other competitions?
No. I mean, our priorities are crystal clear, and I think everybody knows it from, obviously from the guidance we have clearly from Sheikh Mansour, myself, the board, the management team, Manuel. We all knew, and we're all clear, and we continue to be clear. Our objective is to win the Premier League every year. That is our target. And to go as far as we can in the Champions League and try to win the Champions League. These two are equally important, and neither compromises the other or is at the cost of the other. And I think this year I would say we were pragmatic in the Champions League. We did very well, but I think, again, purely objectively, reaching the semi-final for the first time in the history of the club, of this modern version of the Champions League, is something that is, I think, an incredible achievement, and we approached it in a pragmatic way.
We've both used the word achievement in this interview so far, in terms of the Champions League.
Yeah.
A debate we have in the office amongst the City fans is, was it really an achievement to reach the Champions League semi-final, or was it just progress?
Probably a bit of both, I think, to be fair. Very few teams win the Champions League. I'm trying to think, I can't recall statistically how many teams won the Champions League the first time they made it to the semi-finals of the Champions League. I'm not sure about that. I think reaching the semi-final is progress, no question. Is it an achievement? Losing to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, 1-0, losing both legs with a 1-goal difference in the semi-finals, I think is okay. But I think what makes it difficult, and I'll speak from my personal feeling here on this, is I don't think we actually showed up for that game. I really feel bad in that I think in both games, both legs, we left too much that we know we could have done that we didn't do. And that's what disappointed me. I don't mind losing the Champions League semi-final. I don't mind losing to Real Madrid. I think we're all pragmatic, and we understand football. You can win and you can lose. But you want to at least feel that you gave it 100%. And I don't think we gave it 100%. I think we lost, but we could have done a lot more. And I think we missed an important chance. It was an important opportunity to go to the final of the Champions League, and that I regret.
Leicester City winning the league, I think, was a shock to everyone in England. I think at one point, everyone, when they realised no one else was going to win the league, that everyone suddenly became happy about it. What can we learn from the way they won the league and their team? Anything?
I think, as a football fan, it's an incredible achievement. It's something I'm delighted for Leicester, for their fans, for everybody involved in that club. It's an incredible achievement, and I think we can all really just hats off and commend them for an incredible, and really, I think maybe it's the right time on behalf of everyone at Manchester City Football Club, congratulate Leicester for this tremendous achievement. I take a lot from the passion they've shown. This was a team that, from the first game of the season till the last game of the season, one thing they gave it all, every game. You had a team that fought hard, that put a lot of passion, a lot of commitment, and you can see it in every game that they've played. And sometimes passion and commitment doesn't win you trophies, but certainly it pushes you to limits. And I think what Leicester did this year is, while they didn't have the resources of many other clubs in the Premier League, they had in abundance passion and commitment, and that won them the league.
And of course, next season they're going to be up against a Pep Guardiola-led Manchester City. How pleased are you that is coming. And is it the start of a new era? Because that's how it feels, certainly working at the club. And I think to the fans as well, I think it's that maybe that the team that Roberto built and Manuel took on is now, it's not finished, but it's time for a new era. Is that how you see it?
I am absolutely excited about Pep joining our team. I consider Pep to be one of the best, if not the best manager today in football. I think in Pep, we are going to get the epitome of passion. One thing I can guarantee you with Pep is passion and commitment. And I think he will bring a lot of that into this team. He's a winner. He's a proven winner. He has won professionally in every team he's coached. His record in Bayern Munich, his record in Barcelona, I think speaks for itself. The trophies, he's won every single club competition out there, from the Champions League to the La Liga, to the Bundesliga, to the respective cups in both leagues he's played. You know, we are getting a proven winner. We are getting a passionate man. We are getting someone that I think will be an incredible asset to Manchester City. And I have no doubt that he will transform our team to a whole new level. We will make changes. I hope, as always, for the better. We're working very closely. I can assure you we are all as committed as ever to make sure we have a team next year that Pep can take on, can develop, can nurture, and then can play in a way that shows passion, shows commitment, shows quality, continues on some of the great things we've done over the last couple of years, which is be constantly a high-scoring team with goals, with beautiful football. I think you'll see a continuation of that, an evolution of that. And I have to say, I have a lot of expectations. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that right now, but I think I owe it to the fans. Sheikh Mansour is approaching this year, as with every year, but particularly this year, with a lot of expectations. And I am working very hard to make sure that together with Pep, with our management team, Ferran, Chiki, Brian, the rest of our organization, we're going to do everything possible to make sure this team is well set for a hugely successful season next year.
And people who've met him, I haven't yet, but talk about his fantastic energy, and he energizes the people around him. He's a leader in a different way. Is that fair to say?
He is. He's unique. Really, I've spoken and dealt with many people in football over the years, managers, players, executives. I must say I've never dealt with anyone like Pep. Pep is, he's unique. His love for the game, his passion for the game. I remember spending, I think, 3 hours together at one point, just the two of us. We were looking at our team and how he wants to play and his methodology, his philosophy, his approach, without ever mentioning a single player by name. And you can imagine how hard that is to do. But he is in that way a unique character, and I think someone our fans will embrace. I think someone English football will embrace. He will be an asset, in my view, to the Premier League, and I think we're going to go and do some great things together.
And incredibly, he said that he's come here to learn. He's come to England to learn. That doesn't surprise you, I guess.
No, he's a humble man. He's a very humble man. He knows how committed we are to him. You have to bear in mind that this journey to get Pep didn't start. I mean, since 2012, was let's say the first time we tried to get Pep to join us. And obviously the relationships within the club are known, the history with Chiki, with Ferran. He's someone that knows our club well. He's been following us ever since. And I think you'll be surprised at the level of knowledge he has about Manchester, about City. He'll surprise many people with what he knows about our team's history. And he wants to learn. He's hungry to learn.
How easy was it to land him then? Was it a long conversation? I mean, we know he went to Munich, but how easy was it to persuade him to come, or did you not even have to persuade him to come this time?
Pep's the manager of Manchester City, and we have him today. We have him finally, and I think the environment that we have at Manchester City is, I believe, the ideal scenario, the ideal environment for someone like Pep to grow and evolve into even a better manager. I'm confident in that, and I'm actually, we're betting on that.